Hi guys, most of you have just completed college and would like to start the preparations for the civil service examination, which is held every year by UPSC to filling the post of IAS, IPS, IRS, Indian Foreign Service, and other allied services. So the big question mark in the mind of the most of the people who are just about to prepare the preparation is how to go about it. Everybody wants to do it in the easier way. Everybody wants to become an officer after one attempt, and some people do that also. But to do that, you need the right guidance. You should know the way how to do about it. Otherwise, the hard work, what you put in will be wasted. Hard work is a prerequisite. Without that, nobody can achieve any success, particularly in such a difficult competitive examination like the UPSC Civil Service examination. To give an idea about the level of competition, what you will be facing is the initial level. There are 3 levels to this examination. The first level is called preliminary. So in preliminary, around 10 lakh people apply. 4.5 lakh people actually appear in the exam, and out of that only around 16,000 will be selected, will qualify to write the next level, that is called as mains. So mains is a very different ball game, and here out of the 16,000 only around 2,500, 2,500 will be selected to go to the next level, which is called as the interview, the final stage. In this around 800 posts are finally selected. So the 10 lakh becomes 800 over a period of 1 year. And in this 10 lakh people who are applied, people who have already gone to interview many times, people who have already got the service, some lower service like railway service, audit and accounting service, revenue services, even IPS, they will write again to get IAS. But don't worry, the competition is there. That is there in anything what you do, like any school leaving entrance examination, JEE, medical entrance, anything, competition is there. Key factor is here, the enthusiasm of the fresher. We come with a lot of positive vibes, positive energy, optimism, never say die attitude, the devil may care attitude. That is the key factor that your enthusiasm will take you forward. Don't get into the negatives. The people who have already prepared will have more knowledge than you, but knowledge alone is not enough. There are a lot of psychological things involved in that. So that freshness is more important than the knowledge. It offsets the disadvantages what you have. So that should be the key factor there. So first, if you ask me whether it is possible to crack it in the first attempt, yes, it is possible. It will be difficult, no doubt. The exam level itself is very tough. It's very different from what you have already done it in school and college. But given the will, if there is a will, there is always a way. You need to work hard, but at the same time, do with the right strategy. If you do that, that's called a smart work. It's not merely hard work. Hard work is needed, putting in long hours, 6 hours, 7 hours per day, but smart work is a key factor. A lot of practice is needed in solving the papers. All this stuff put together will help you to achieve your target within the first year. Of course, in India, there are many institutes offer coaching, but we are different. Our pedagogy, our teaching methodology, what we have devised over a period of years, which has helped us to get more than 1,000 final selections in the last 10 years or so, is very different. Different from what you have encountered so far, in the sense that Indian education system in school and college focuses a lot on rote memorization. So they'll give you notes, dictate in the classroom, or give some printed material, or ask you to read some selected portions of some standard books, and the questions will come only from that. Nothing outside the syllabus. If you call, then you'll call it outside syllabus, and you will ask additional marks for that. And nothing like that. Here, civil service examination, there is nothing called syllabus. UPSC gives an indicative syllabus both for prelims and mains for the subjects, but it is only indicative. The old saying that everything under the sun can be asked becomes a misnomer in civil service preparation, because there are many things which happen outside the sun, including what happens in the universe, exoplanets, black holes, neutron stars, gravitational waves can also be asked. So it's not about our sun, it can be anything. So the level of preparation is very different. And we don't encourage rote memorization. Our classroom is all about analysis. Analysis cannot be done without discussion, debate and discussion. Open your mind for that. It's not about repeating the same thing what we do. You should come up with your own ideas. For example, what is the economic problems India faces? So how does India can become a developed country? You can write 20 points. But you have to think and write. It's not about we telling you and writing. So our classroom will help you to develop that level of thinking which is required to write an answer by yourself. So the preparation for prelims and mains is integrated. Prelims is more about, there are prelims, these subjects are almost same. There's no difference between prelims and mains in that aspect. But prelims is an objective paper, mains is an essay type paper. So the ideas are entirely different. So prelims you can do it. Preliminary requires two kind of different skills are needed. So one is of course conceptual. You should be very clear about the basic concept. Fundamentals are to be very, very strong. So that's what we try to do. Clarity is needed. Then you need lot of data, information. Right. To connect these two, concepts and data has to be connected. But if we talk about mains, these three things are also needed. But apart from that, you also need one more step, that is called analysis. What is GDP? Gross domestic product. It is a concept. Market prices, factor cost, we will talk about it. So what is India's GDP this year? India's GDP of 2018-19 is a factual data. The analysis is what India has to do to increase the GDP in the coming years. This is analysis. So all three is mixed up. So we will try to develop that. We will give you daily assignments in the class for the mains, even though it's an integrated course for over a period of 1 year time, more than a year time. So we will just take you to the, to broaden your horizons, to learn more stuff, to encourage you to on your own to learn more things, and you will come up with more questions. It's not about just coming to the class and sitting here and writing whatever you are saying. No, it's not that way. You have to work hard. We'll give you a lot of assignments. You have to do a lot of work at home and then come back next day. And you have to ask more questions, more debates. It has to be a bidirectional communication. It's not only about the teacher speaking, it's about the student speaking. We encourage you. We don't want to stifle your natural inclination, the curiosity drive, the inquisitiveness. That is a key factor for you to get through that. So interview is a face-to-face communication between you and the UPSC board. Nobody will be there. Your planned answers won't work. Your real quality will work there. So any question they can throw at you. You can't ask that I have not prepared, okay, or this is not my area. You have to answer everything. You are supposed to know everything. So UPSC demands that kind of a stuff. A person which is a versatile person, a person who can talk about anything for 5 minutes, 10 minutes. A person who is an all-rounder. A person not merely a jack of all trades, a person who is a master of all trades. A person who has got the confidence. The confidence comes because you know that you know a lot. Right? There will be a big transformation in your own personality, in your own self-confidence, in your own self-perception by the time you complete the course in a little bit more than a year's time. The key factor is following as what you say. In the classroom, regularly attending the classes. We don't believe in giving dictating notes. We do give, don't worry. We do printed notes like other people do, but that is not enough. The key factor is interconnectedness. Whatever we study, we need to interconnect it. The information has to be converted into knowledge. That can be done only by interconnection. All the topics are interrelated. That's the beauty of the preparation there. We cannot study it in isolated manner. If we do that in examination, it will be difficult. We have to create that linkages in the way it has been stored in your memory. We have to create the linkages. Right. So that's a key factor. That's why I told you, you'll find entirely a new world opening to you. You'll be feeling, I should have been using these techniques before. When I'm in college, I could have done a lot better. I could have understood things better. This subject I did not like it all in the college. I could have liked it if I followed a different way to understand it. It's all about the teaching. It's not about the learning. The learning becomes easier. The learning becomes an enjoyable occasion. You start loving it to the classroom, coming to the class and doing the assignment part and having fun. Yes, that's very, very important. Having fun is very important there. We cannot learn anything, and whatever we learn also will not stick to us if we think it is a routine thing. It's a boring thing. We need to make it enjoyable process. We need to love that. We should not do anything which you don't love it. You should quit. If you don't feel it is good, you should do something which makes you to feel happy. His life is all about living a happy life. So the preparation is not about getting that IAS, that magical 3-digit alphabet behind your name. It is a process which makes you to enjoy the whole thing there. Getting that automatically will come. That is, the process is more important than the product. If you take care of the process, the mind-boggling changes which will occur within you, then automatically that 3-letter alphabet IAS will come behind your name. You don't have to work towards it. It will come automatically to you. Instead of you going and pushing yourself, it will come to you. What you need to do it is a process, correct? The process is nothing but transforming the way you have studied, you have learned, the transforming the way you have stored, the transforming the way you retrieve the information. The retrieving becomes so easier because the way you have studied it. It's no more a rote memorization, it's no more a boring, routine, mechanical process. It is a process which will make you a very, very enjoyable thing. So I hope this is what we do. That this is a glimpse of that, what I want to talk about it, because it's not the time to burden people with that. Just chill out. That's a key factor there. The youthfulness is very, very key there, because at this age you are open to new ideas. After 25 or so, it is very difficult to change the thought process. The idea here is to change the thought process. There are certain things like ethics. There are no books available at all. So you have to learn. So what is how to become a good human being? A good human being becomes a good officer. A good human being becomes a good parent. A good human being becomes a good son or daughter. So that's the key factor there. So we will learn about that. It's not about value education. It's about integrating that part of the value education into our education there. So that's UPSC wants that. UPSC demands that. It wants a good bureaucrat, a good officer. But a good officer cannot come without being a good human being. So this is what we train at. Our aim is to train ethically good officers. So India is undergoing a big transformation. So digital, very important factor. Industrial Revolution 4.0. The way we conceptualize things now is vastly different, let's say even 20 years back. We are on the cusp of something very big, something like artificial intelligence, something like quantum computing, something like even cloning of humans, molecular medicine. Big things are just about to happen in the next 10 years or so. How India can take advantage of all that? The problems of India remains the same. The poverty, the inequality, the miseries, the lack of hygiene, the health problems, the educational problems, that remains the same. How India can take advantage of the change this scenario, technological scenario, is a key factor there. So you guys, when you become the IAS officers, are going to be an important agents of change, a catalyst of change. So UPSC demands that kind of qualities in you. It is not only about knowing history, geography. It is about knowing why we are studying them. Why essay is there? Why history is there? Why we want to study freedom movement? What are the qualities we can imbibe in us by learning about, let's say, polity, by studying economy? Why we need to study that? How to interconnect all this stuff? So that's what we want to focus upon our class. It's not about merely doing the classes alone. By the so-called completion of the syllabus, okay, we completed every word in the syllabus. As I told, there's nothing called syllabus in this. We need to work beyond the syllabus. You have to think like an examiner. What UPSC demands from you. Every stage of examination demands certain qualities from you, certain attributes they want to test in prelims and mains and interview. So what they are and how we can equip ourselves, the personality wise and the knowledge wise and the thought process wise. These are the three different things what we'll be focusing, and we'll be interconnecting all these things. So it will be a very, very enjoyable process. I am very sure that you will enjoy this like we enjoy that. So it's always great to interact with young kids just out of college and all those things, etc., where your thought process can be easily molded to the level what UPSC demands from you, which is very difficult once it becomes solidified and you develop the negative stuff in your mind. This is like this thing. Now you're open about it. You just want to see how things are. And you are ready to adapt yourself. The key factor is adaptation. To be successful in this world, you need to adapt. The world is constantly changing. UPSC is constantly changing. The examination pattern is constantly changing. And we need to adapt. And adaptation requires an open-mindedness. If you have got that open mind, if you want to learn more, if you want to learn new strategies, you want to chill out, you want to have fun with focus, come to us. Thank you.